Alright, today I wanted to take a look at the new 4K of Godzilla vs. Biollante from Criterion. Now, I've been a big Godzilla fan since I was a kid, and this is one of my favorites. Corporate espionage, psychic girls, the Super X2, giant flower monsters, what's not to love? It's nice to have this one more easily available again, as it's been hard to track down, especially if you missed out on the old Echo Bridge release from way back, which I do happen to have here. I assume there was some kind of licensing issue that kept this one out of print for so long, but it's nice to have it back. Now, from my understanding, Toho and Criterion have a deal for at least a portion of the Godzilla series. Criterion already put out the Showa-era collection a few years back, as well as a 4K of the 1954 original, and it looks like Toho has done recent 4K scans on a handful of other Showa-era titles, as well as this particular Heisei-era title, Godzilla vs. Biollante. Now, I'm not sure what the future plans are for Toho as far as getting the rest of the movies out on 4K, but I imagine we'll get them eventually. The Millennium series might still be with Sony, I think. Who knows? These things change hands all the time, and the rest of the Heisei and Millennium era can still be found easily and affordably on double feature Blu-rays. Kind of weird that they didn't start with doing a 4K of the first Heisei movie, Return of Godzilla, or Godzilla 1984. But maybe they wanted to go with the more popular and in-demand title first. Can't blame them, makes sense to me. Anyway, here's the case with the artwork. I do like this art, but man, that original poster is one of my favorite movie posters ever, and I kinda wish it was incorporated somewhere in this release. But oh well, no biggie. Now, it doesn't mention anywhere on here if this has HDR or not, but I can confirm that the disc is encoded in HDR10. No Dolby Vision, but that's not a surprise here. Inside, there's a 4K disc and a Blu-ray, as well as a folded mini poster with some more art from Eric Powell. And on the other side, an essay from Jim Cirinella. Alright, now I did an A-B comparison, switching back and forth between this 4K disc and the old Echo Bridge Blu-ray, and right away this Criterion edition shows a much improved video transfer. I don't have the gear to rip video from this disc, but I immediately noticed a very nice uptick in fine detail. This scan was done by Toho from the original negative, and the results are very pleasing. Bit rates average around 89 to 90. That's what we like to see. Looking back at the Echo Bridge Blu-ray, it's pretty soft and washed out with these grayish blacks. But here on the Criterion disc, the HDR helps immensely with the black levels, making them much deeper, and it really enhances the dark and moody atmospheric cinematography of this film. Oh, also, there doesn't seem to be any egregious change to the color timing, so it's not pushed into a revisionist teal or yellow or anything like that. I really hope they get around to doing Godzilla vs. Destroya someday, especially if they can restore it the way they have here. But let's be honest, we want all the movies on 4K. But yeah, overall, very happy with the picture quality on this one. Here's a quick shot of the disc menu. And that about wraps it up. Really enjoyed revisiting this on 4K. Great picture quality courtesy of Criterion and Toho. Keep 'em coming.